What's good to the YouTube family? This is your guy, DJ Bless One, the best one. So if you don't know what's going on, man, a black superintendent basically almost gets completely pushed off stage by one of the graduate recipients' father. Now at Baraboo High School. That's right. That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. I know we're in the 21st century and the school is named Baraboo High School. Now, this is all the way in Wisconsin. Now, before I get started with the story, I'd rather you guys just see what took place, and I'd rather you guys see the video right now, and then we'll show more clips and more research on the situation at hand. So if you guys don't know what happened, this dad gets on stage and he tries to push the black superintendent from touching his daughter.
Oh, excuse me. Where's Brendan? Where's Brendan? Where's Brendan?
Get away from me, bro.
No, hey.
Hey, no, hey, you need to get, hey,
Walk away.
you gotta go. I will get off. Out right now. I don't care. Get off the stage right now.
That way, Michael. No. Where's Brendan? Who's dad?
Now, this father completely destroys basically what should be a day to be remembered with everybody and friends and family watching, and he completely destroyed by going viral and being seen and deemed as a man who doesn't like people who look like the superintendent. So basically a lot of people have been catching backlash for this, including the high school itself. Before I show you the history of this high school and the superintendent, let's look at another angle of this graduation. Now, when you look at the graduation and you see what's going on, I've seen a lot of people shaking this man's hand. A lot of people loved this actual superintendent, but it seems there seems to be subliminal things that's heightening the situation at that school. There's been a long stringed history of this. Now, this superintendent has been one of the main fronts of that school itself. Now, his name is Rainey Briggs. The man wearing a white polo shirt and baseball cap grabbed Briggs by the right arm and pushed him away and said, "That's my daughter." The man can be heard saying. Now, we know what a lot of these things stem from, but let's look at another angle. We didn't even indulge deeply into this yet. I want to go to another angle so you guys can see how serious this was.
Okay. Who's up? Okay. Who's up?
Now, in the graduation ceremony, if you go on their YouTube page, they've edited the part of this out, but it was too late. Shout out the Lipstick Alley, I think it is. We've gained to get more knowledge of this. Now, the man whose identity is being protected on stage is kind of unfair, because if you guys know, the school resource officer, he intervened, but he didn't do anything to protect this superintendent. It's almost the same situation with Kamala Harris, which I don't subscribe to her, but Kamala Harris was on stage like a year ago, and this assailant got on stage and got more than enough time to badger Kamala Harris. But me being a military member, what bothered me was, what if this individual wanted to kill Kamala Harris? Where was the Secret Service at? Not only that, with this superintendent, why did nobody stop this individual and push him away until almost an entire whole minute later? It was kind of disturbing, because this is not brand new to this school. Because I want you guys to see the history of this school. I seen the class of 2018 for Baraboo High School, and this picture wasn't reprimanded. You can see them throwing up a sig hell during their prom photos. Now, that's kind of wild. If you don't know what a sig hell is, this is what it is. I suggest you guys to Google what that is and see deeply into the situation of how them posting their hands like that, almost like this is the 1940s of Hitler, it kind of was uncomfortable because this is the norm in Wisconsin. And the guy gave a great speech, by the way. Before I give you guys more light on who he is, he gave a great speech to the graduating class and advice.
Number 4, be courteous and respectful towards adults, towards your peers, towards yourselves. Good manners and a respectful attitude will take you far in this world. Number 5, seize the moment. The opportunities you have in life sometimes only happen once. Make a difference in your lives and also in others as well as you go through your next steps in your journeys. And of course, I can't let you get out of here without a 6, a bonus one. Do what is right, even when it is not the popular thing to do. If doing what is right causes you to lose friends, then guess what? They weren't your friends to begin with.
Standing ovation for this man. Now, to give you more up details on this Superintendent Rainey Briggs, he did an article back in 2016 with his wife. There go his beautiful daughter. He has 3 daughters and a wife here. He's in an interracial marriage in Wisconsin, and they did an article in 2016 that kind of spoke up about the situation, the learning and living 3 biracial family stories. Now, a lot of people on Lipstick Alley who gave all these receipts to us, they've said this guy, Mr. Rainey Briggs, has been going through ongoing situations while at Wisconsin. There's been a lot of back and forth. His own colleagues actually spoke on Lipstick Alley and released more info. Like, this is the norm down there, and you can clearly see people were protected. Now, if you want to know what criminal actions was taken toward the young lady father, really none. They referred to the sheriff office that this is like a disorderly conduct situation, but the man was never charged with anything, nor he'll get in trouble. Now, his name was put out there. I don't know what we're allowed to put out there as far as on YouTube, so I'm not going to do that. I'll do a separate video after I do my due diligence to see what I can put out there about him, and I'll do a part 2 of this video. But it's kind of distasteful. You get to see people defending the father and saying unhand that woman. Is almost like the insecurity of most of these men. They believe in a world of only men who look like them will give them a safer world, but we know that's lies. If you look at countries like Russia, they're at war. If you look at during the Civil War or whatever, so you can leave these people to their own demise, but it's still going to be the same sick attitude. And for some reason, they think they're the good guys. In their minds, they're the good Christians, they're the good human beings, and we're nothing more than animals, and we're the uncivilized ones. This is why you read books of them calling every single other civilization savages or whatever, but yet their civilization is the culture and the standard. But yet they'll tell you that God looks at them as the chosen ones. But I don't want to get into that, man. It's just nastiness going on in the world today. You guys tell me in the comment sections, was the superintendent wrong for not giving the 2-piece to that weak father? Or was it even worse that the school didn't give proper security to the superintendent, knowing the history of Wisconsin? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your guy, DJ Bless One, the best one. On that note, man, love your family and love your kids and stay blessed. Deuces.